What if I told you only 20% of your actions matter and you get paid back in reverse? Welcome to Raddtimes with Kontrast.
Let me warn you that I say what I think. I'm a complete individualist.
Getting paid back in reverse. That's right. One fundamental law that we have to operate on when we're trying to do something with our lives is one that is true for everybody. And I call it the law of inverse returns. So what happens is if you do a good job, you're going to get poor results. If you do a great job, you're going to get good results. If you do an excellent job, you're going to get great results. And if you do an outstanding job, you're going to get excellent results. Now, we usually think of it in forward, right? If I do a good job, I'll get great results. But we see it never works out, constantly leaves us disappointed and feeling like we want to change our lives or that there's a malaise about us. Well, we can solve that because it's always going to pay you back in reverse. This is the rules of the game. So knowing that, being aware of that, it can change the way that today and this week you go through your week, approach the tasks that you have at hand and other challenges that you face. What? Only 20% of your actions matter? Yeah, only 20% of your actions matter. If you take a look at an individual, a business, people trying to get something done, statistically, the majority of the time, 80% of the results come from 20% of the actions. Or if it's a workforce, 80% of the results will come from 20% of the workforce. And this is usually true on sales teams. So I think a lot of sales guys will identify with this. 80% of the sales come from 20% of the salesmen. But this also plays into our life as well. So we know if we look around, we'll come to an understanding that this 20% contributes to this 80% of the result that we get. And we can start checking ourselves to say, is this the 20%? People are going to try to sell you books and all kinds of stuff trying to tell you how to identify the 20%. But all you've got to do is just go out there and live with awareness, pay attention to the 80-20 rule, and ask yourself, is this in the 20%? And a lot of times it's not going to be cut and dry. It's going to engage you in an internal dialogue on deciding whether or not it is. And whether you win, whether you lose, you learn something either way, you get a little bit further down the road. So only 20% of your actions matter. So whatever your goals are today, this week in life, it's 20% of your actions that are going to account for 80% of those results. So that's just something else to pay attention to, keep us mindful throughout the day, keep us aware of what's going on so we can keep moving on this journey, feel better, be more fulfilled, and be rad to each other. So just a couple of brief little things. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to stick around, we're going to take a look around my studio, talk about giveaway items and some other cool stuff. Real quick look at our first giveaway. The Facebook page Raddtimes with Kontrast reached 100 likes. We had 3 people enter the contest to win one of 3 limited edition handwritten poems, short stories, a little freestyle, words of motivation by yours truly, written on this vintage linen banker's correspondence set from Southworth. This was a great find at a thrift store. I have about 50 pages left with 50 envelopes, and take a look if you can see just the excellent texture and quality of this paper, corresponding envelopes as well. So this is very dear to me. I don't have much left, but I think this will make a rad little giveaway. So a new giveaway will be announced this week. Some other rad stuff. There is my cut and paste kit. Some of you guys have seen the cut and paste art that I do. I've got this. These are all backgrounds and I think a special National Geographic folder. Yeah, so these are all backgrounds of just various types to use. Another car with no wheels. A very happy looking mustachioed gentleman, proud of his new ride. So this is from the book. So this is the first edition. Some of you guys have this, the Survey Number 1, Volume A, The Ambiguity of Interpretation in the Modern Era, a crazy little novel I put together and packaged in this evidence baggie. And this is the master copy. This is actually spray paint, so just keeping in the handmade tradition. And it's designed to go with the first book. So when you open it up, you have these tabs on the right-hand side and then pages that fold out this way on the left-hand side. And so the investigator that's investigating that book, this is his investigation. And the investigators that are investigating the investigator, these are their notes. So as you're reading his notes, or maybe where he's recalling a conversation, you'll flip to the federal documents here, and you'll be able to see their account. And so it's very confusing, and it's, if you have the first book, you know, but it's meant to sort of take you on a journey. What's really cool about these is this is really exactly how my monthly zine will be eventually. And I can make private, one-off, handmade poetry books. So it'll be handmade, and then it'll be all original poetry. So those are available as well. All right, guys, thanks for chatting with me today. Thanks for sticking around and checking out some of the cool stuff I have in the studio. I thank you for all your likes, comments, shares, your messages of support. Really stoked on this thing in its first week, and it's already just moving forward really hard. So I'm super stoked, and I owe it all to you guys. I have my Indiegogo generosity page. Every donation from $1 up made there gets you something cool from me. So every donation gets something of equal or greater value in return, because I'm not trying to stack up a profit. Just continue to do these projects, continue to spread positivity, and continue to walk this journey. So I thank you for your support. I know it's Monday, it's a tough day. Go have a rad week. You can win this week. And remember, only 20% of your actions are going to get you towards 80% of your goals, and everything gets paid back in reverse. So strive for that extra little bit, and you'll surely win this week. Thank you for visiting me.